Today I'm going to be looking at two metal detectors. I'm going to run them side by side to see how they perform. We've got the Deus 2 from XP with an RRP of $1,400. We've got a $300 Nokta Makro Simplex. We're going to be running them in factory settings with standard search coils. We're going to head out into the field, find some signals and compare and see what the tones sound like, see what the signals are like. Then we're going to try and work out if you really need to spend so much of your hard-earned cash to be successful at metal detecting, or if you can get something cheap like the Nokta Makro Simplex. Hello, greetings, welcome to another edition. Today I'm back out metal detecting. I'm on a very well detected hall grounds, and today I've got the Deus 2 from XP and the Nokta Makro Simplex. This costs $300, this costs $1,400. So let's see how they get on a nice bit of old English pasture. So I'm going to be looking for some deep signals. I want to make one thing very clear here. I'm using factory settings straight out of the box. The Deus 2 is on general, nothing changed, and the Simplex is on field 1, nothing changed. Standard tones, everything. Also, I'm using real targets here, so I'm talking about real conditions, real targets in the ground, none of this planted nonsense that these other people are doing, no air tests, real signals, real targets in the ground. So this is the first target I'm going to look at, Deus 2, 72, pretty consistent, definitely dig that. Nokta Makro Simplex, sounds okay, but it's coming up 20s, 30s, 50s, so to me that could be iron, but who knows, let's have a look. It's in there somewhere, look at that, it's a little tiny button, that must have been at least 6-7 inches. Both machines gave me a pretty decent signal for that, so yeah, the score is 1-1. This is the next target I'm going to look at. Solid 59 on the Deus 2. Probably a lump of tin foil. It's not deep, but I'm still going to check both machines. Nokta Makro Simplex says 20s, 30s. Numbers are all over the place and it's a bit scratchy. It's the problem I have with this machine. And there we have it. It's a piece of gold tin foil. Both machines picked up the signal, but again the numbers much nicer, signal clearer on the Deus 2. This is the next target I'm going to be looking at. Solid 91 on the Deus 2. It's pretty big and it's pretty shallow. Could be a bottle top. 80s, 81, 83. So the Simplex and the Deus 2 both like that one. I've opened it up 4 or 5 inches and it looks like we've got our first coin of the day. We have, and it's a crusty Georgian. We won't be getting anything off that whatsoever, but nevertheless it's a coin. This is my next target, which I've already dug. I'll show you what the signal sounded like. It's only about 4 or 5 inches deep, but it's a coin. XP Deus 2, it was a solid 60. Nokta Makro Simplex, 19, 20, 21, 22, 24. Yep. But the question is, what is it? It's going to be a Cupro nickel because of the low numbers. Probably a shilling. Or an old 5p. That's a shilling, look. George VI shilling. Very close to being silver, that was. Never mind. But it's another coin, both machines. Currently I'd say it's a draw, although the numbers and the sounds are much more pleasant on the Deus 2. This is the next signal I'm going to be looking at with Deus 2, standard, settings, program 1, general. It's coming in around 78. Nokta Makro, Simplex. Sounds okay. Again, the numbers are all over the place, as they seem to be on most signals. I'm going to say it's lead. It's just a little bit of scrap metal. 5 or 6 inches down, bit of scrap brass or copper, but both machines picked it up. Still a tiebreaker. Well, when you're a metal detecting YouTuber, you just can't video every single signal, and I chose not to video this one. And look, it is a lead bag seal, and it's got London fertilizer on it. Now, I don't find many bag seals, so to me that's a really cool find. So yeah, just for that. Going to investigate this one with both machines. Sounds a little bit like a coin, not too deep. Solid 85 every time on Deus 2. And on the Simplex, 64, 60, 65, 53. But it sounds okay, doesn't it? Look, just in this edge wall here, we've got a little pre-decimal halfpenny. I'm at a right awkward angle here, so I'm going to clean this up and I'll come back and show you who's on it. As you can see, it's George V, it isn't Queen Victoria. It's my boy, just touched it with my spade. 1935, British halfpenny. Both machines like that. It's still a draw in my book, still a draw. This is the next target I'm going to look at. 81, 82 on the Deus 2. It's not deep. Could be a Victorian bronze. Simplex says 50s, 60s, 40s, but it sounds okay, which is the important thing. Well, as soon as I opened that, I saw junk, and we've got a piece of cable, wire, copper wire. This is an interesting one to check. Mid-tone, it's 70. Doesn't sound amazing, but it's very consistent with the Deus 2. But what about the Simplex? 60s, 70s, 20s. It's all over the place, but it's making a good consistent noise. So worth checking, both machines. Still in the hole. Well, it's right down there. That's another inch or so, that is. It's out. It's in this, whatever it is. Oh, it's going to be junk, isn't it? I just know it. Small piece of lead, maybe. Oh, hello, look at that. Oh, I've got a beautiful old buckle there, look. A spectacle buckle. A nice one as well. I'm going to give this a clean up and I'll show you, because that looks like a really cool find. The word nice is the most overused word in this hobby, in my opinion. But that's close to being nice, isn't it? It's quite an old spectacle buckle, that is. Georgian at least, if not older. Might wax up okay, that, when I ever get around to it. But yeah, that's the best find of the day. Both machines picked up the signal, so yeah, it's all good. I thought I'd come and look under this huge tree and I had a signal, and I've dug it out, and it was really deep, and I've got some sort of wooden thing with a plaque on it that says Bob. I've got a horrible feeling that's from an animal grave, possibly a horse. So I think I'm just going to put this right back and rebury it, because there's probably a, I don't know, someone's pet horse down there. Do you have pet horses? I've got another signal over here. Deus 2 says 77. Simplex says 50, 40, 30, 60. But there's a signal, so we're digging it. I can see a coin, look. Got a little coin down there, look. Half penny maybe. With numbers like that. It's going to be Edward VII or Victoria. And it's Queen Victoria, look, bunhead. I'll give us a clean and I'll show you close up. So there we go, Queen Victoria, bunhead. Quite an early one. Not too bad condition. Edges are starting to crumble, unfortunately, which is what happens on these coins. Date on that one, as you can see, is 1864. So that's pretty cool. Both machines found that, no problem. Simplex is over there somewhere, over yonder. I got a signal over here with the Deus 2. I couldn't be bothered to go back and fetch the Simplex. It was a scratchy sort of 80s kind of number, full length of the pinpointer. And look at that, got an old coin in there. Is it a pre-decimal or is it earlier? I think it's going to be a pre-decimal, a worn Victoria or Edward, but it could be a George I or George II or even William III. Whatever it is, it looks perfectly smooth. I think that's an early coin because it's a funny size. It's not halfpenny size. Oh, I think that's going to be a William III. I'll give this a little clean up and I'll come back. Well, I don't know if you guys can see, but there's a really faint portrait on there facing to the left. So to me that is George II, a halfpenny. So you're looking at early 1700s there to mid 1700s. It's a shame that it's so worn because it's got a really lovely patina on it. It's in nice smooth condition, not crumbling. You just about see Britannia on there. I'll wax that up when I get home. Yeah, that's a cool find. This is the best signal I've had today. 93, 92, 93. I like that a lot. Deus 2 really likes that. Simplex really likes that as well. Listen to that tone. It's the best tone I've had all day with this machine. 89, 90, 91. I reckon we've got something good here. Nice big plug. Just there. And it's green, unfortunately. Oh, but look at that. It's a cartwheel penny. Unbelievably, I cannot stop finding these coins at the minute. I'll give her a clean up and I'll show you the thickness of that. Not many machines in world metal detecting are going to miss a coin like that, even at 5-6 inches. And look, the condition's not too bad. You can quite clearly see George III there, facing to the right. It's got some serious thickness on that. Britannia side's not that great, but you know, it might clean up with a toothpick or something. That's cool. Big old coin. Well, this is my next find. I'm running out of time. I'm not recording much anymore. That's something you don't see every day. That's an Edward VII farthing. So you're looking at very early 1900s. You don't find many Edward VII farthings. So yeah, I don't think I've ever found one of those before. As somebody who is not very educated at Roman coins, because I don't find any, what is this? It was a solid 60, 3-4 inches down. And what's that? I may well be clutching at straws here and being a bit hopeful, but is that part of a Roman coin? Or is it just a piece of trash? Certainly got the right colour, the right look, the right feel about it, but yeah, I'm no expert. Anyone's got any ideas if that could be Roman or not? I'd love to hear the expert's opinion. I've left the Simplex behind me now. I'm just using the Deus 2 just for the last hour. I've got the tones set to square because I prefer them. Look at this for a signal. 96. I am liking that. I feel like it's going to be a toy car. I've had a few of those on here over the years. Come on, let's have a bit of silver. Give me some silver. Just there. Oh, I'm quietly confident about this. Oh, can I see a silver edge there? Look. I think I can. I can. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, it's a Gothic florin. Oh my lord. Can you believe that? Oh my god, I cannot believe I've just found that. Look at the condition that it's in as well. No way. Oh man. Oh man, I'm going to clean this up and I'm going to come back to you. Well, I've always wanted to find a Gothic florin in good condition. I've found 6 or 7 before, but they've always been worn and smooth. But that is amazing. You can see the date on it. It's in Roman numerals. You've got 1500, 800, and 1850, 60, 70, 1873. That is wicked. So chuffed with that. It's a shame that I'm still not doing the comparisons, but never mind. Simplex would definitely have found that. That is an absolute worldie. Right, I'm going to do a very, very quick air test with both these machines next to each other. So I've got the George V halfpenny, quite a common find. Starting with the Deus 2. Picking that up from there. That's pretty good. Let's mark her up. It's about there. Now let's try the exact same test with the Simplex. It's about there, look. It's a couple of inches shy of the Deus 2. I'll let you guys be the judge of that. Although I don't believe in air tests. Right, so I'm calling it a day, I'm going home. But what can I say about these machines? They both picked up all the signals I checked today. On another day it might have been different, but that was just the conditions of today. Deus 2, it's lighter, it's got more programs, more settings. It's just a lot more customizable. The Simplex is quite heavy, it's noisy, the signals aren't amazing, but it works, it functions really well, so you can't really knock it for the price. So in my book, the Simplex is a good machine. The Deus 2 is just slightly better, but it's a lot more money. If you're a beginner and thinking about getting a machine, you can't go wrong with the Nokta Makro Simplex for $300 or 280 quid, whatever. But if you're if you're a bit more experienced and you want something, of a top level machine, then the Deus 2 is just right up there with the best. It's fully submersible, it's lightweight, it's customizable. Yeah, it's just a great machine. Can it compete with the Equinox? I think it can. But yeah, the Simplex is great. Fair play. Right, catch you on the next one. So here are my finds from the session, running both machines side by side, the Deus 2 and the Simplex. The results speak for themselves. Both machines hit all the targets. Absolutely typical that I found one of my best ever silver coins at the end of the day when I'd stopped comparing the targets and the signals. Absolutely no question, this is by far my best ever Queen Victoria silver Gothic florin. I'm not really a buckle man, but this one is lovely. It's got a lovely green smooth patina, waxed up like a dream. Won't quite make it into my cabinet, but it's a lovely find and I'm super happy. There are people out there who've been sending me money via PayPal and I'm so grateful. It's been so useful to me. So if anyone else wants to support the channel, you can go to my homepage and click here, buy me a coffee. Any money that comes in this way will go straight back into the channel, whether it's for recording equipment, t-shirts, other stuff like that. I'm so grateful for everybody's support, so thank you, and we'll see you on the next one.